Hello everyone, my name is Stephanie and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you my ZARA fragrance collection. I have 6 perfumes to show you, and some of them are actually designer dupes. Some of them I've had for a while now and others are more recent purchases. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the fragrance notes, the longevity, and if they actually are similar to the designer dupes that people say. Now, some of these fragrances come in packs of 2, so I'm going to start off with those. And the first pack that I'm going to be showing you are actually these 2 right here. This one is actually Pink Flambe and this one is Tuberose. This is just what the packaging looks like. It's very sleek. There's nothing on the back. It just says ZARA and then the names on the front. I'm going to bring each one individually closer so you can just see. That's just the back. And then the darker pink is basically the same, just different shade. Now when you take off the cap, it just has the silver pump on both of them. I'm honestly not too much of a fan of this packaging. I kind of feel like because it's pink, it doesn't really go with my aesthetic that much. So I kind of keep these just like kind of hidden away just because it doesn't really go with the vibe in my room. I mean, I guess the packaging isn't too important. The scent is more important. These 2 actually did not hear that they were designer dupes, so I don't have a dupe for these. I'm going to tell you individually like what the notes are for each one. I think I'm going to start off with Pink Flambe. Pink Flambe has notes of pear, violet, and praline. I really love this one. I actually bought the pack of these 2 for this one specifically. It's definitely more of a sweet scent because of the praline, but like nothing too crazy. It's not like overboard or anything on the sweetness. It's just like such a beautiful scent. I feel like it's a very mature scent while being sweet at the same time. I don't really notice like the pear in that. I feel like when fragrances say pear, I kind of like stray away from it because I feel like it's going to be like citrusy, but this one isn't like that at all. It almost has like a vanilla scent to it, and I'm sure that's because of the praline. The best way that I can describe it, it's like a vanilla chocolate but with like florals mixed into it. I think that it's a really nice fragrance. It doesn't smell cheap at all. I feel like this could be a way more expensive fragrance. Like if you put it in a designer bottle, I'm pretty sure that people would buy it. It definitely smells like a more expensive fragrance. Now when it comes to the longevity, it's a fragrance that lasts a really long time. I mean, on me personally, I spray it on my clothes obviously and my body, and it lasts the most on my clothing. On the skin, it probably doesn't last too long, but I mean, I don't really mind that since it does last a really long time on my clothes. I could spray this on my clothes and like 4 days later or even longer than that, it still smells like the perfume. This one is definitely one of my favorites, and it's one that I gravitate towards more. It's the perfect balance between sweetness and floral in my opinion, and like I said, it lasts a really long time on clothing, so yeah, it's one that I really recommend. In the pack with Pink Flambe came this one, which is Tuberose, and honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of this one. This one has more of like a grown woman scent, like mature scent. I feel like this could be a scent like that my grandma could wear, which is nothing bad. It's just more of like a mature scent. If you smell it straight from the packaging, it does give that more mature scent, but once you put it on and you let it like sit for a bit, I feel like it's a really nice scent. I know I said that my grandma could wear it, but don't get me wrong, it's still a really nice scent. The notes on these are actually black currant, tuberose, and vanilla. I think what kind of saves this perfume is the vanilla in it because it does still have like a slight sweetness to it. Now when it comes to the longevity of this one, it's another one that lasts a really long time. I sprayed this on like my sweater the other day, and I kid you not, I put it to wash, and even when I took it out to like actually put it to wash, I still smelled it on it. It's not one of my favorite fragrances, but I still do wear it often. I wear it if I'm just gonna run out of the house really quick, like to do some errands or go to the grocery store, and I don't want to put on the perfumes that I actually do like a lot. I'm the type of person that I don't like to wear my favorite fragrances the most because I'm just scared that it's like gonna run out and it's not gonna come back in stock and I'm not gonna be able to have it again. So when it's just to do like quick trips to like the grocery store, do some errands, I kind of just wear this one since I don't like it that much, which probably sounds crazy, but I'm just like that. It's a really nice fragrance, but I recommend it for more like a mature person. And since it comes in a pack of 2, it's super affordable. They do sell these individually, but I kind of feel like with the packs you just get like a more bang for your buck, so I kind of tend to stick to like the packs. But I think that in the future, because I really like this one so much and not so much this one, I'm probably just going to purchase this one individually and get the bigger bottle. I personally like Pink Flambe more than Tuberose, but you might like Tuberose more than me, so definitely check out this pack. Now the next pack that I have to show you is actually Orchid and Gardenia, and I'm sure a lot of you have heard about this pack because of Gardenia. Gardenia is actually a dupe for YSL Black Opium, and I know a lot of people have like mixed feelings about Black Opium. Either you love it or you hate it. I personally am one of those people that love Black Opium. I know that it's a scent that can kind of be overpowering and too sweet, and since a lot of women wear it, there are people that don't like to wear it because they don't want to just like smell like everybody. But I personally really like the scent. This is just what the packaging looks like on Gardenia. It's just a clear bottle with a purple top, and it just says Gardenia and ZARA. I prefer the packaging on this one, but again, the top is purple, so it's not really my aesthetic. Now, when it comes to the notes of Gardenia, the notes are orange blossom, coffee, and vanilla. And the notes for Black Opium are orange blossom, vanilla, white flowers, coffee, cedar wood essence, white musk, and patchouli. Those were like the heart notes and the base notes. I actually went to the store yesterday just to like refresh my mind on Black Opium because I hadn't really smelled it in a while, just so I can really compare it to Gardenia from ZARA and see if they're similar at all. And honestly, it smells pretty similar. I feel like when you initially spray it, it smells a little bit different, but as a few moments pass, it smells pretty much the exact same thing. Of course, there are minor differences, but I feel like if you want to get like the Black Opium scent but don't want to pay for the price, definitely go for Gardenia because it's pretty much the same thing. I personally think that this one smells even better than Black Opium. Yesterday when I smelled Black Opium, it was like very sweet and overpowering, but I feel like this one isn't so much like that. You get the same kind of scent from both of them, but I don't know, for some reason I feel like I like Gardenia by ZARA more than Black Opium. Now, when it comes to longevity, this is another one that lasts a really long time on your clothing. Probably not so much on the skin. I mean, it could probably last about like 2 to 4 hours on your skin, and then it's gonna last you a really long time on your clothes. I think it's just a really nice fragrance. You smell the vanilla, the coffee. It's just one of those fragrances that it's sweet, but it's not like childish or anything. I still feel like it's a very mature scent. This is another one of my favorites, and I will be repurchasing this one as well. Now, in that pack came Orchid as well, and this is just what Orchid looks like. Again, the clear packaging, but with a pink top, and it just says ZARA and Orchid. Now, this one was a little bit of a disappointment. I'm not too much a fan of the scent. It kind of smells like how a lot of girls did in high school. So I'm not too much of a fan of it, but it's one of those fragrances again that if you spray it out of the bottle, it smells differently than when you actually have it on your clothing for a while. I feel like the longer that it's on you, the better it smells. This one actually is a dupe for the Victoria's Secret Bombshell. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't smell that one, so I can't really compare them. I know that I've smelled the Victoria's Secret Bombshell in the past, but I don't really remember how it smelled, so I can't really say. But a lot of people do compare Orchid to Bombshell by Victoria's Secret. The notes on Orchid are bergamot, orchid, and vanilla. And for the Victoria's Secret Bombshell, the top notes are citruses and passion fruit. Middle notes are vanilla, orchid, and peony. And base note is pine tree. So in common, they have vanilla and orchid. Now, the bergamot note in orchid is similar to the note of citruses and passion fruit. So based on the notes, I'm assuming that they smell very similar, but I can't say for sure because I haven't smelled Victoria's Secret's Bombshell in a while. It's not one of my favorites, but it's still a really nice fragrance. Like I said, the longer you leave it on, the better it smells in my opinion. Again, they sell these in a pack of 2, so I really think that it's a good buy, but they also do sell them individually. I feel like in the future, I'm probably just gonna stick to buying Gardenia separately, just because I ended up liking Gardenia more than this scent, so I'm probably in the future just gonna stick to buying Gardenia. But definitely give Orchid a try because you might like it. It's still a really nice scent, just not for me. Now I just have 2 more fragrances to show you, and these are actually more recent purchases. This is actually from ZARA's new collection. It's the collection that like came out in chapters, so they had like chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3. I'm not exactly sure what chapter this one is from, but it's one of those. So the first one that I'm going to show you is actually this one right here, and this is Rose Gourmand. First off, the packaging on this one is absolutely gorgeous. I'm sure that a lot of you have seen that it's actually on my stand over here most of the time. I'm going to bring it in a little bit closer just so you can really see the packaging. It has the gold cap. It's just all gold over around if you take off the cap. It's a really nice glass bottle. It has a lot of weight to it too. Now these are a little bit more expensive than the others that I just showed you. I mean, they're probably around the same price, but you do get 2 for the other one, and this one you would just get 1 individually. But because of the scent and the longevity, I feel like it's still worth it. Now this one is actually a dupe for the Montal Intense Cafe, and again, unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to smell that one. They didn't have it in the store that I went into yesterday. But the notes for Rose Gourmand are carnation, jasmine, peony, rose, vanilla, musky amber. And the notes for Montel Intense Cafe are coffee, rose, vanilla, and white musk. So as you can see, they have pretty similar notes. They have rose, vanilla, and musky scents in common. Montel Intense Cafe does have coffee, so I'm not sure how similar they do smell since Rose Gourmand by ZARA does not have a coffee scent to it. But I did hear a few people saying that they are a really good dupe. I got this one because I heard really good reviews about it. I'm someone that kind of stays away from rose scented things. I'm not too much of a fan of things that smell like rose, but because a lot of people were saying that it's a really good scent, I decided to give it a try, and I actually do really like it. However though, it's one of those fragrances that if you smell it directly from the packaging, it gives off a really like strong rose scent that I'm not a fan of, but once you actually spray it and it kind of just like sets into like your skin and like your clothing, it's a really nice scent. It's again one of those fragrances that the longer you leave it, the better it smells. It's a really strong scent. Like these are really potent fragrances, especially this line from ZARA. I feel like their fragrances are really strong. If you really like rose scents, then I think that you're really gonna like this one. Overall, a really good scent and definitely worth trying. Now the last fragrance that I have to show you is honestly my favorite, and I'm really thinking about going to the store and buying more backups of these because I do not know what I would do without this fragrance because it is just that good. And it's one of those fragrances that I'm even scared to use because I don't want it to be gone. I hope that ZARA never discontinues this perfume. And it's this perfume right here, and this one is actually Golden Decade. This is just what the packaging looks like. The liquid on this one is actually like caramel color, and the cap on this one is like a gunmetal color. That's just how it looks like without the cap. It's all like a gunmetal color. Now this one is actually a dupe for the YSL Libre, and yesterday when I went to go smell the YSL one, it smells honestly the same. When I initially sprayed the YSL one, it didn't smell too similar, but then as it started to like dry down a bit more, it smelled the same. I was shooketh. Now dupe or not, this one is definitely worth getting. Out of all the fragrances that I showed you, this one is the one that I love the most. Even if they weren't saying this was a dupe of the YSL, I would have still really loved this one. The notes for Golden Decade are jasmine, orange blossom, and lavender. And the notes for YSL Libre are lavender, orange blossom, and vanilla extract. So as you can see, pretty much the exact same thing except for Libre having vanilla. Golden Decade doesn't have vanilla, but it still has like that vanilla scent to it in my opinion. So as you can see, it pretty much has all the same notes, so they really do smell alike, if not exactly the same. I will definitely be buying more of this. I think that this is honestly my favorite perfume that I have in my whole collection, and this one I definitely recommend more than any other perfume that I showed you today. I just love this one. It smells so good. It smells so much more expensive than it actually is. If you were blindfolded and you were smelling both of them, if you were smelling one from ZARA and YSL, I really don't think that you would know the difference. This one is definitely a 10 out of 10, and you need to run and go get this one. Okay everyone, I have shown you everything that I have to show you in today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I personally don't have any designer fragrances. Hopefully in the future I get a few, but I'm pretty content with these since they are such good quality. I don't think that you really need to spend that much to have good fragrances. As always, everything will be linked down below. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and share with your friends because I am still trying to grow my channel. You can find me on Instagram at StephCTicsara. It will also be linked down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye guys.